Okay, so for this, we're talking about absolute value equations. Now, for absolute value equations, you treat them just like if there's a parentheses or a bracket, that is, or a big old variable, really. You want to get the absolute value symbol completely by itself. That would be like either adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, whatever you got to do to get it into the form where it's just absolute value of something equals a number. Now, if you ever get, if you look at the step two, it says if a is a negative number, there is no solution. But if a is bigger than or equal to zero, you got two possible answers. So let me just show you a couple steps on how to do this. So how it works is you got the absolute value of 3x minus 2 equals 16. Well, that's not negative numbers, so you set it up like this. You say 3x minus 2 is equal to 16 and 3x minus 2 is equal to negative 16. And then you just solve two itty bitty teeny weeny algebraic equations. So you got 3x equals 18, divide both sides by 3. So you get x equals 6. And then over here you got add 2, you got 3x equals negative 14, and then divide by 3, and x is equal to negative 14 thirds. Okay? So that's how you do that one. See another one? No problem. This one's a little bit different. Here, excuse me, here you actually got to subtract the 2 first. So now I got the absolute value of 2x minus 1 is equal to 3. Now you go back and set up 2x minus 1 equals 3 and 2x minus 1 equals negative 3. And you go ahead and solve these two equations. So I add 1 there, I get 2x equals 4. And then I divide both sides by 2, so I get x equals 2. Here I add 1 and I add 1, I get 2x equals negative 2. Divide by 2, I get x equals negative 1. So those are my two answers, 2 or negative 1. All right? So it doesn't matter, even if you get something really goofy like this, 3 plus 1/4 x equals 4. Same thing, set it up. 3 plus 1/4 x equals 4, and 3 plus 1/4 x equals negative 4. So here you're going to subtract 3. You're going to subtract 3. I get 1/4 x equals 1. I multiply both sides by 4, and I get x equals 4. On this one, I subtract 3. I get 1/4 x equals negative 7. And then I multiply both sides by 4, so x is equal to a negative 28. So those are my two answers there. How about this one? 1/2 the absolute value of x plus 1/4 equals 3. Well, first thing I'm going to do, multiply both sides by 2. I get the absolute value of x plus 1/4 is equal to 6. Now I set it up. X plus 1/4 equals 6, and x plus 1/4 equals negative 6. So when I do this, I subtract. So I got x equals 6 minus 1/4, and then negative 1/4 and negative 1/4, and x equals negative 6 and 1/4. This is x equals 5 and 3/4. Okay? Or if you feel better about that, 23 over 4 or negative 25 over 4. Either one works out the same way. Here's one. Let's go ahead and at first glance, you would think it's no solution because of the negative, but I got to add 7. So I get the negative 3 times the absolute value of x minus 1/2 equals, I believe that's negative 6. Then I divide both sides by negative 3, so I get the absolute value of negative 1/2 is equal to 2. So then I set this up. X minus 1/2 equals 2, or x minus 1/2 equals negative 2. So then here I add 2, so x equals 2 and 1/2. And here I add 2, and I get x equals negative 1 and 1/2. Okay? Moving right along. Here's one. I'm going to subtract 4. Subtract 4, I get the absolute value of 8x plus 9 is equal to negative 2. Well, I can stop right away. That's no solution. You can't get a negative number when you deal with absolute values, okay? All right, let's look at some more advanced stuff where it gets a little crazy. How about the absolute value of 2x minus 5 equals the absolute value of 3x plus 7? This, it's a little screwy, so how you do it, you got to set up both possibilities. That is 2x minus 5's absolute value is equal to 3x plus 7. And then the other one is you just do the 2x minus 5, but here you got to take the opposite of the whole part. Okay, does that make sense? So then here I'm going to subtract 2x. So I get negative 5 equals x plus 7. Then I subtract 7, and I subtract 7, and I get x equals negative 12. Over here, I'm going to distribute that negative through, and I get negative 3x minus 7. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 3x to both sides. So I get 5x minus 5 equals negative 7. And I add 5 and I add 5. So I get 5x equals negative 2. And then I divide. So x equals negative 2/5. Okay? Easy enough. So that basically covers everything that we need to know about the absolute value. There's a couple other problems in your guided note sheet here, but you can probably go ahead and work through those. Really just building on something that we've already learned. Hopefully this makes sense, and I will see you in class.